Hey guys, originally I was gonna upload a totally different video, but the editing is just taking much longer than expected. I'm kinda running out of time. So instead, here's the story of my spirit hosts. I opened the box. Not a single one of them was still in one piece. Already before taking them off the sprue, 4 parts had broken off. I sighed, grabbed my trusty bottle of plastic cement and started gluing them back together. Waited for some time and started to remove the excess with my scalpel. Cue the first time I cut myself. While assembling, 3 more parts would break off. Now let me introduce you to holes. As you can see, this ghostly fellow is filled with glorious holes. Holes that all have a nice mold line running along the inner edge. This combined with all the tiny tendrils makes for a hell of a job to get all the mold lines removed. But I was motivated, and I wasn't ready to give up. What model done after a couple of hours? Maybe this won't be so bad after all. Second model. 1 part broke off. I glued it, tried to remove the excess, and well, I cut myself again. Okay, this kinda blows, but you won't be able to destroy my resolve, little guy. Third model. I start off by trying to figure out how to put this thing together, as this one is much more complicated than the first 2. Forget I have a scalpel in my hand, grab a sprue, and accidentally stab myself in the fucking hand. Spent half an hour trying to find a bandage, or band-aid, only to realize we've run out of those. Fuck my life. So I ended up using some duct tape and toilet paper in the end. Great. Back to the model. 1 part breaks while clipping from the sprue and another while trying to get rid of a mold line. Why do these guys have so many fucking holes? Then the assembly process commenced. These models only fit together in one way, and unless you build them exactly like that, their heads won't fit on. I realized later. While only having 1 build option, these bad boys are not easy to build. They do have minuscule tiny pins and holes, but the moment you add plastic glue, which is the only substance in existence that can hold these models together, these pins just disappear, and you're left hoping that you're assembling them right. Then once the bodies were completed, it was time to add the heads. Yeah, turns out these heads have little tentacles that very precisely fit together. So because the main bodies weren't merged at the exact correct millimeter, I had to add some molten sprue to the neck so I could add the fucking heads onto them. Now finally, the assembly was done, basing went smoothly, and it's time to prime. The primer is empty. Order new primer. Now I heard that Vallejo's metal colors were really good and my lead belcher pot was half empty anyway, so I ordered some aluminium metal as well. Shouldn't have. Turns out this paint is made of some godforsaken magic rare metal or some shit, because it took the webshop over 3 fucking months to get this paint and send it to me. Meaning that my primer was also delayed for 3 entire fucking months. Luckily I had some other models already primed to work on. Painting went much better thankfully, and here you see the result. But man, these models seem cursed. Might be fitting, considering they're spirit hosts after all.